you go to a Shakira concert, you may see her do this. It's this part of her show where the drummers start soloing and she's kind of freestyle dancing. And during this section, she's dancing to a variation of the exact same beat. In its most basic form, it sounds like this.
Cumbia de Colombia.
Did you catch that?
Cumbia de Colombia. Cumbia, cumbia, cumbia de Colombia.
The music is called Cumbia. You can even hear it in electronic dance tracks. And it has its own category in the Latin Grammys. And it all started here, up near the Caribbean coast of Colombia. I traveled to the villages where cumbia comes from. And I learned that this specific place, here along the Magdalena River, was fertile soil from which this music could grow. But cumbia is in fact a blend of several strong musical traditions, mainly African and indigenous, but also European, mixing together to make something new, something totally unique to the time and place from which it came. Listen to this beat. Okay, now just watch what these two drummers are playing. We can also look at this another way. This beat is the backbone of cumbia, and I wanted to find out where it came from. So I flew to the beautiful Caribbean city of Cartagena and drove south to a village that was founded hundreds of years ago.
Bienvenido.
Gracias, amigo.
Palenque, un rincón de África en Colombia.
In the early 1500s, the Spanish came to Colombia as part of their Latin American conquest, and with them they brought more than 100,000 captive Africans. But some of these slaves managed to escape and build their own communities. And that's how this village was formed. This place is the first known settlement of slaves who rebelled and started their own community back in the 17th century. And so because of that, they were able to maintain a great deal of their African culture.
Gracias a los ancestros nuestros que nos dejaron toda esa herramienta diciéndonos a nosotros, síganla conservando. Y en eso estamos.
The residents of this village preserve their history with music, which is based on the rhythms their ancestors brought over from the homeland.
Africa, 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 Africa.
These songs are a living, breathing part of the town's culture and history. And with time, these beats started to spread in the region, influencing different styles of music. Does this sound familiar? This is the beating heart of cumbia, and no matter how many instruments are incorporated, or in what country it's played, the beat always stays the same. The drum beat brought over from Africa is the main ingredient of cumbia, but eventually the rhythm started blending with instruments from a totally different musical culture, that of the indigenous people of Colombia. I came to visit the Gaiteros de San Jacinto, a musical group that has been playing cumbia since the 1950s. In 2007, they won a Latin Grammy for their folk album, and they're able to continue by training up new generations who keep these old traditions alive.
Nosotros mismos lo hacemos. Hacemos las gaitas, hacemos los tambores. Esto nos lo brinda la naturaleza y con esto trabajamos.
We're in the backyard of one of the drummers who is showing me how they make their own instruments using the same methods their ancestors did, like these maracas.
Y suena la semilla.
And this flute called the gaita, which is a quintessential indigenous instrument. So this is what the cultural fusion at the root of cumbia looks like. You have the gaita, a key element in indigenous music, and then you have the drum section playing rhythms directly influenced by the African village just an hour from here. Together they create this unique cumbia sound. In addition to the African rhythm and the indigenous wind instruments, there's one more ingredient to this fusion, the European influence.
Se le puede decir que el canto es la influencia española.
But cumbia is always evolving, and there's one more European influence that is more recent. It's this instrument that Jason is holding, the accordion. And in fact, it was his grandfather, dubbed the King of Cumbia, who traded his gaita flute for an accordion, thus changing cumbia forever.
A través de un juglar de la época conoció este instrumento, se enamoró de él y es donde nace la influencia de este instrumento europeo.
But once formed in this region, it didn't stay put. In the past century, cumbia has spread throughout all of Latin America, further evolving in the process.
Tecnocumbia.
Deja de llorar y piensa que algún día un niño te dará toda una...
Hay tendencias actualmente de mezclas de nuestro ritmo de la cumbia con otros ritmos también, con beats electrónicos, hay DJs que lo están haciendo.
Que me digan poesía al oído por la noche.
Me parece que te vi bailando un día, me parece que te vi mi zaramulla.
Así como el ser humano siempre vive en constante evolución, todo lo que conlleva a esas relaciones personales siempre va a estar en constante evolución, tanto la música como el arte, como las artesanías, siempre hay tendencia, pero lo principal es tratar de preservar y multiplicar eso que ya está. Y eso estamos haciendo también nosotros para que haya continuidad en todo esto de la comunidad.
While I was in Colombia, I shot an extra bonus episode for our friends over at Eater. It's about this amazing fruit market in Bogota that I visited, and it was really fun. I think you'll love it. It's going to be published on Eater's YouTube channel, so head over there to subscribe, and I hope you like the episode.